Balava Girivanedhari Gopijana Balava Girivanedhari Yashoyanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoyanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Balava Girivanedhari Gopijana Balava Girivanedhari Yashoyanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoyanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astu Tadasaja Shishimad ISKCON Founder Acharyas Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Shri Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Rajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Dham Mayapur Ki Gangamai Ki Jamunamai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Gaur Pramanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskricha Naram chaiva narottamam Daivim sarasvatim vyasa Tato jayamudiraya Nasta preshu abadeshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati utama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Hare Krishna. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter 27, text number 10. Nivrita buddhya vastano Duri bhotanya darshana Upalabhyatmanatmanam Chakshushevarkamatmadrik Nivrita buddhya vastano Duri bhutanya darshanaha Upalabhyatmanatmanam Chakshushevarkamatmadrik Nivrita buddhya vastano Duri bhutanya darshana Upalabhyatmanatmanam Chakshushevarkamatmadrik Nivritya buddhya vastano. Someone saying, I thought I heard someone. Okay, next. Duri bhutanya darshana Upalabhyatmanatmanam Varkamatmadrik Ladies. Nivritya buddhya vastano Duri bhutanya darshana Upalabhyatmanatmanam Chakshushevarkamatmadrik Duri bhutanya darshana Abhyatmanatmanam Chakshushevarkamatmadrik. One more. Vitya buddhya vastano Duri bhutanya darshana Upalabhyatmanatmanam Chakshushevarkamatmadrik. Anyone else? Nivrita, transcended. Buddhyavastana, the stages of material consciousness. Duribhuta, far off. Anya, other. Darshanaha, conceptions of life. Upalabhya, having realized. Atmana, by his purified intellect. Atmanam, his own self. Chakshusha, with his eyes. Iva, as. Arkam, the sun. Atmadrik, the self-realized. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. One should be situated in the transcendental position beyond the stages of material consciousness and should be aloof from all the other conceptions of life, thus realizing freedom from false ego. One should see his own self as he sees the sun in the sky. Consciousness acts in 3 stages under the material conception of life. When we are awake, consciousness acts in a particular way. When we are asleep, it acts in a different way. And when we're in deep sleep, consciousness acts in still another way. To become Krishna conscious, one has to become transcendental to these 3 stages of consciousness. Our present consciousness should be freed from all perceptions of life other than consciousness of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called Duri Bhutanya Darshana, which means that when one attains perfect Krishna consciousness, he does not see anything but Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said that the perfect devotee may see many movable and immovable actions, but in everything he sees that the energy of Krishna is acting. As soon as he remembers the energy of Krishna, he immediately remembers Krishna in his personal form. Therefore, in all his observations, he sees Krishna only. In the Brahma Samhita 538, it is stated that when one's eyes are smeared with love of Krishna, Pramanjana Charita, he always sees Krishna outside and inside. This is confirmed here. One should be freed from all other vision, and in that way he's freed from the false egoistic identification and sees himself as the eternal servitor of the Lord. Chakshushevarkam, as we can see the sun without a doubt, one who's fully developed in Krishna consciousness sees Krishna and his energy. By this vision, one becomes Atmadrik, or self-realized. When the false ego of identifying the body with the self is removed, actual vision of life is perceivable. The senses therefore also become purified. Real service of the Lord begins when the senses are purified. One does not have to stop the activities of the senses, but the false ego of identifying with the body has to be removed. Then the senses automatically become purified, and with purified senses one can actually discharge devotional service. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyana Gyana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Gena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Haribo. Thank you very much for attending the wonderful Transcendental Srimad Bhagavatam class. So in this chapter, Kapila Dev is explaining to his mother, understanding material nature. The 10 working senses, the 8 elements, the objects of the senses, the soul and the supersoul, 25. So here, one should be situated in the transcendental position beyond the stages of awakeness, partial sleep, and deep sleep. Of course, nowadays in our godless society, everyone is identifying with the body. Pritak vena tiyajganam nanabhavam pritak vidam veti sarveshu bhuteshu tadganam rajasam smritam. Krishna says in the 18th chapter that one who identifies with his body and sees, based on bodily identification, knowledge in a mode of good and a mode of passion, oh, this is American, oh, this is Indian, this is male, this is female, black, white, etc., Muslim, Hindu, all the upadeshas, sarvupadi vinirmuktam, upadesh. That is knowledge in the mode of passion. In the mode of passion, Krishna says, Rajani, Ijani, Jayanti, Vrividi, Bharatarshaba, that Rajasas tu phalam dukam. When one is influenced by Maya's mode of passion, external energy of the Lord, and then all his fruits, all the fruits of his actions is nothing but misery. So we can take for granted that all these conditioned souls, all these in the human form of life around the world, assuming that they are this body, shariram yadavapnoti yachaput karmatishvaraha grihitaitani vaitani samyuta vairgandan. Just like the air is going across different areas of the world, nice smelling garden, then over sewage, smells bad, like this. So shariram, the conditioned soul, is assuming different conceptions of life, just like the air assumes various aromas. Sometimes you're in a demigod body, sometimes you're in a human body, and sometimes jaganya guna vritisa adoga chanti tamasa, in the mode of ignorance, the septic mode, one takes birth in the wombs of dogs and cats and other animals, or in the lower states of existence. This knowledge is being neglected. There's no such knowledge in the academic institutions of the world. In fact, because their bias is towards atheism, they completely they have no interest in this kind of knowledge. Who am I? What is consciousness? What is the self? That they don't care about. They're totally mesmerized, as Krishna says, moga shamoga karmano moga jnana vichesishaha rakshashim asurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shvitaha. That they are totally bewildered by these modes of passion and ignorance, and they claim there is no God, that all this came from some explosion, or something came from nothing. So many speculations they have, and therefore they're wasting, as Prahlad says, don't waste your human form of life. Even under the category of religion. Oh, I'm religious. I believe that I'm God, you're God. So many types of so-called religions are actually based on mental speculation. Just like Prabhupada used to tell us, the whole of Bengal is being spoilt by a certain religious group. I won't mention their names, but basically they're impersonal Mayavadis. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condemned the Mayavadis. Mayavad, Bhashe, Sunile, Prakandi, that they're Prakandi, the most debased types of human beings. So, this is going on. Prabhupada said, even so-called religion, in the name of religion, they're propagating irreligion.
Dharma bado vidharmasya paradharma nachodita. Upadharma tupakando dambova shabdabich chala. That people, they take religion and they convolute it. And they say, no, yadamat, tadamat, whatever you want to do, you can do, doesn't matter. And they say, you can eat non-veg, no problem. You can do so many things. If it feels good, do it. So, this kind of religion is rejected by the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam by Vedavyas. Dharma projita kaitravotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastadam atrishivanam tapantrayan mulanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite. That the great sage Vedavyas is giving us the pure, essential, the crystal clear knowledge, the Atma Tattva, that I am an eternal soul, an eternal servant of Krishna. So, even the Prakriti Varnashram, materialistic Varnashram, I am a sannyasi, he's a Sudra, this person is Brahmachari, Vanachari. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected all of these misconceptions, upadis. Even within religion, oh, he's a sannyasi, he's so advanced, so great. And this person is a Sudra. And what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Naham yasi, I'm not a sannyasi, I am not a Brahmin, I am not this, I am not that. I'm like just Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayor Dasa Das Anudas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was sitting here in Mayapur surrounded by his devotees, and he said there's one rascal sannyasi living in Varanasi, and he's taking away my arms, my eyes, my ears, my legs. God has no form. He says, I will go to Varanasi and I will convert him to this impersonalism. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu, although he's God, and Nityananda, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Balaram, they were going and very humbly begging people to take up this Sankirtan Yagya, the Yagya in Kali Yuga, is this chanting of the holy names of the Lord, and by this way one's heart becomes purified. Karmana sukritasyahu sat become nirmalam phalam. That by chanting Hare Krishna, all the anarthas become destroyed within the heart, and one becomes full of sattvagun. One becomes sattvik. Sattvam sanjayate jnanam. In sattvagun, one sees what is to be done, what is not to be done, what is to be accepted, what is not to be accepted, what is to be feared, and what is not to be feared. This is mode of goodness. Sarva bhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avivam ikshate avibhaktam vivakteshu tatjnanam sattvikam smritam. The one who is in a mode of goodness, he sees that all living beings are equal. He sees that all living beings are eternal parts and parcels of Krishna. He sees that Krishna's energy is everywhere. Yomam pashyati sarvasya, sarvam chamai pashyati. Tasyaham na pranashyami, sachame na pranashyati. The one who is actually Krishna conscious, who sees Krishna everywhere and everything, then he's always perfectly situated. Nothing can harm him. He's free from fear, anxiety, hankering, distress, all these things. Abhayam shatvasham shudir jnana yogya vavastitaha. That he is free from all kinds of fear. Shamshudir, his existence is purified, and he simply considers that Krishna is my master, protector, friend, and I should accept only those things which are conducive to pure devotional service, and reject those things which are inconducive to pure devotional service. Sometimes we're chanting Hare Krishna, but within our hearts we have some unwanted desires. Desire to enjoy, still want to enjoy the material world. some material attachments are there, or some envy is there, some jealousy is there. All these various anarthas are there in the beginning stages of devotional service. But gradually, by chanting these holy names, we have to come to this transcendental platform. Namchiya vyabhicharana bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityai tan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. What is this Brahma Buddha platform? Is it just, oh, I merge in Krishna's effulgence? Brahma Bhuta Prashanatmana Sut? No. It means that one is 24/7, always remembering the transcendental instructions of the Lord, the holy name of the Lord, His beautiful qualities. He is the most beautiful person. He's engaged in so many wonderful transcendental activities. Tava katam ritam tapta jivanam kavidir iditam salma kalpmasabaham. That we're always glorifying the Lord's transcendental, wonderful pastimes in the spiritual world, or in Goloka Vrindavan. We see that He's lifting Govardhan Hill and holding up this hill on His tiny little pinky. He's only a small boy, Komaram, and He has all these wonderful cows, Govinda. He is the lover of the cows. Like this is the God's activities, the Supreme Lord. Mat nachamatstani bhutani pasyame yogamaishwaram. He is the Lord of all the yogis. He's full of mystic power. Although He's here in everyone's heart, He is in Goloka Vrindavan simultaneously. Chintamani prakarasadma sukalpa viksha. With the wish-fulfilling trees, supplying whatever you want to serve Krishna with. Milk the cows or Surabi cows, fulfilling all desires. This is going on. And at the same time, He has His transcendental pastimes going on, Nitya Lila, all throughout the universes, all these transcendental universes. And here we find ourselves in a tiny little universe with a Lord Brahma who only has 4 heads. Some Brahmas have 1 billion heads. So our universe is very tiny. But Krishna is so kind that once in the day of Brahma, He comes to this planet and teaches this transcendental knowledge. So, this is the most important of all knowledge that we have to cultivate and understand. And the secret of success, of course, is to follow under the guidance of the great acharyas. The great acharyas are empowered by the Lord to dissipate this transcendental knowledge to us. Acharya mam vijaniyam navamanyeta karhichit namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guru. The Krishna's acharya, his representative, is non-different from him. And he is the sum total of all the demigods. He is the empowered Shaktivesh avatar. And he is giving us clearly this knowledge. Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharachi Vidirvidam Aikantiki Harir Bhaktir Upatayava Kalpate. We must surrender to the Guru Parampara, or else people who have Bhagavad Saptaha, oh yes, we know Bhagavatam, we know Bhagavad Gita, and they go around doing this Bhagavad Saptaha, but they're not in the Parampara. So it's just a disturbance to human society. This misguiding people by using scripture. Prabhupada said, so many different translations of Bhagavad Gita. He said, why don't you use your own book? Why are you using Krishna's book? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita as it is. I met so many people in the West. Oh, I have Bhagavad Gita. It's by Penguin Classics, some printing company. I said, no, you have to take this from Tadvidi Pranipatina. You have to take it from the great person who is Tattvadarshin. They're ones who know the truth. What is the truth? That the supreme absolute truth is a cowherd boy who's lying in the lap of Mother Yashoda. But simultaneously, He's in everyone's heart, right? Sarvasya chaham ridi shani vishto. He said, I'm in everyone's heart. How is it possible? Well, he has mystic power. He's all powerful. He can do anything. That is Krishna. So, the purpose of our lives is to come to this platform of prema. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena sada sadeshi hridayeshi vilokayanti. Yam Shamasundaram Achinta Guna Swarupam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. We're so fortunate that all our predecessor acharyas have come here and invested all this potency in these literatures and coming down to Srila Prabhupada. That our lineage is so wonderful. Who is Rupa Goswami? He's actually a Manjari from the spiritual world. A very close associate of Srimati Radharani. Very compassionate that they've all come here to spread this Sankirtan movement, this prema bhakti, this love of God freely to all of us who are even in India. Who is qualified anymore? Yes, people are born here, they're more pious. It's what do they call Punya Bhumi. Yes, naturally people are who take birth here in India, Bharat Bhumite Manusha Jana, it's a high birth. But people are so, oh no, let us embrace the culture of the Malechas. We'll wear t-shirt and blue jeans. Why? They're your oppressors. Why don't you wear Vedic? At least the ladies wear Vedic fashion. So the men should also, have some Vedic clothing and so on. Why? Why imitate your oppressors? They came and invaded India. Probably was when he was in London. He said, yes, you went to India and you stole the crown jewel, the jewels for your king, but you missed the real jewel, which is this pure bhakti given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his disciples, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Great, great personalities. We're coming now. Nana Shastra Vichara Naika Nipano Sadharma Samstakayo. They've come, they're empowered by the Lord, and they're giving so many wonderful literatures, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam, and so on. So many wonderful literatures for the enlightenment of the whole world. Just to give it. So our business is to deliver, become Krishna conscious, and then give it to everyone. And Prabhupada would emphasize, if you're born in Bharatvarsha and you happen to go to America to make some money, please come to the temple and remain Krishna conscious. Don't forget Krishna, because the Maya is very powerful. Kali is very powerful in the West, right? Hoarding of gold. Wherever there's holding of gold, and Kali has his Parikit Maharaj had to give him a place. So, okay. So you see in the West, so much materialism. People are nunam pramata kurite vikarma. They're busy committing sinful activities, mad after sense gratification, assuming aham mameti. Pumsos trio maitani bhavametam tayor eva ridaya granti mahu. The knot in the heart is very big. Oh, I want a nice house. No, I want a bigger house. Oh, I don't like American cars. Everyone in America drives Mercedes-Benz, Tesla, Audi. Oh, that's prestige, false prestige. This is going on. People are so bewildered. So if you go there, then kindly don't forget your roots, your ancestry, your samskaras. Krishna consciousness is most important item of human life. And it is growing slowly and gradually throughout the world. Otherwise, as Prabhupada said one time, when he came in the airport, Swami, why have you come here? Why have you come to the West? Because your civilization is doomed. He said your civilization is doomed. And Krishna himself says, right, in the Bhagavad Gita, etam justam avastabhya nastalpanolpa buddhaya prabhavanti ugra karmana shayaya jagato hitaha. In that purport, Prabhupada's purport, he says, this verse, although it's 5,000 years old, historically, is indicating the possibility of a nuclear holocaust, where everything will be finished within a few moments. Everything will be finished. Why? Well, they're killing millions and millions of cows. Cow is one of the seven mothers. It's very sinful, and yet every day everyone's eating cow flesh, the flesh of cows. 33 million cows killed every day in America. What to speak of other countries? So they're incurring such huge amounts of karma. Though at the time of death, they go into the lower hellish planets. They have to go down to the hellish planets. Also, Tanaham Dushatakram Samsareshu Naradamam Shipami Ajashum Ashubam Asurishu Eva Yonishu. Taking birth in the womb of cats and dogs. Prabhupada said it. He said, if you don't cultivate this knowledge, you're nothing but an animal, dvipada pashu, two-legged animal. But no one knows how to control the mind, how to control the senses, how to live simply, how to cultivate spiritual life, how to raise your consciousness beyond the modes of passion and ignorance. Aneka chitta vibranta mohajala. Mohajala, like fish caught in a net. You're all caught in this fish net. Oh, how much stocks do I own? You know, New York Stock Exchange. Oh, I'm a rich man. I have $1 million worth of stocks. This is going on. They work hard and they try to increase their wealth. You know, idam adyamaya labdam imam prashya manoratam. By my own brain, I will accumulate more and more wealth. And this way I will enjoy. And then death comes and kicks you right in the head. Probably said, death comes and kicks you in the head and you're finished. Few flickering moments of time in this human body. Therefore, Rishabhadev says, Nayam deho, deham bhajam riloke, kastan kaman arhate vidbhujam ye. Tapo devem putra kayena sadvam shuchet, sudyad yasmat brahma shokyam tvanantam. He's telling his 100 sons, why are you working for the pleasures which are available to those creatures that eat stool? Remember, I was in a class, there was a Sunday feast lecture in Los Angeles. Hridayananda Maharaj was giving the lecture, and all these Americans sitting there. Nayam deo deo loka bishamidoke kastan kaman arte vidbhujam ye. He said, don't work hard for pleasures which are available to those creatures that eat stool. People are like shocked. But this is what's going on. Stool eating society. Stool eating, fast food, right? In the West, well, fast food restaurants. No, nothing nice. Prabhupada said if you offer a hog some nice stool, if you offer him some nice halava, he'll say, no. So this is avaranatmika. Maya has a covering potency, avaranatmika shakti. She covers you. Oh, I love being a hog in stool. Why are you bothering me? Why are you bothering me? I'm enjoying the stool-like life of a hog, right? Lord Indra, right? Brahma said, come, you're the king of the heavenly planets. Why are you living like in the body of a hog with your hog wife and hog children? Come back. You can imagine the heavenly planets, how beautiful. No, I like it here. So we become conditioned like this. Purusho prakriti stohi bhungte prakriti sadgunam karanam guna sangosel sadasa joni jamisu. I love how I am, like that. And when the devotee is trying to get out of Maya, and she has pravishatmikam, throwing potency, tries to keep you in her grip. But actually she is an expansion of the energy of Lord Krishna, of Radharani. So,
she's doing her job. You see, when we get the whips of anxiety and misery and shoka moha bhaya krodha raga klebha shramadaya, all of these different items of misery, then we turn and look for Krishna. What is my life for? Why am I suffering so much? Why is this going on? Why is that going on? And therefore, the frustrated living entity, ultimately, he, after dharma, artha, kama, moksha, he's looking for some moksha, freedom from the anxieties of life. And this is the real moksha yishyami mas suchaha. Don't worry, if you surrender to Krishna, then you'll go back to the spiritual world, you'll develop your love of God, and your life will be perfect. So I think I'll stop here and open up for comments and questions. Any questions or comments? We have our Honorable Maharaj here. Perhaps you can give a comment. You want to give Maharaj?
Thank you, Kripanidhi Prabhu, for your class. It's a very Shastric class. When Srila Prabhupada gives classes, and if you hear the recordings, on an average 50 verses is quoting. That Prahlad Nanda Maharaj instructed me when I was traveling with him. It is preaching, Sunday feast preaching. You quote verses with a joke between. So I saw that in action here. But this verse speaks about 3 levels of consciousness, and then we have to transcend these 3 levels of consciousness. Mamsyo, Vyabhicharana, Bhakti Yogana Sevati. It's Prabhupada said once, yes, to become Krishna consciousness, just take a moment that. So how can we become Krishna conscious in a moment? That's my question.
This is a very important question, Maharaj, because if we look even at the history of the Hare Krishna movement, a lot of enthusiasm in the beginning. So many joined Prabhupada. We were young, we were rebellious, very radical. We used to go and do riots against the police in America, against the war in Vietnam, all this. We were very radical, very rebellious. So when we joined, of course, Prabhupada used that energy, dovetail all that youthful anger to push back Kali Yuga. Prabhupada told Tripurari Maharaj, he said, yes, we can push back Kali Yuga with our determination. But we also have to cultivate sattva gun. We have maintenance. You can create a movement, but then now you have to maintain. You have to be very careful in your Krishna consciousness. Controlling of the mind is not so easy. As Prahlad told his father, your only enemy is right there. Bandhu atmatmanastasyam yenat maivatmanashitaha anatmanastu shatruve. That the mind is your enemy if you don't know how, if you're not careful. So Prabhupada was always warning us, to embrace your sadhana very, very seriously. And always maintain a mentality of humility. That I am nothing. I may have GBC situation, guru situation, speak sannyasi, I come to the temple, I get all the maha. I was temple president in Delhi, Prabhu, Mahaprasad. These things don't matter, these are all external. It's all external. Try to feel yourself Lord in the straw on the street. I'm an insignificant person that Srila Prabhupada has pulled me out of this ocean of horrible Kali Yuga, Kali dosha, full of disgusting, abominable things. People are mad after sense pleasure. So even we're in Krishna consciousness and we're going through it 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, maybe 60 years if you're lucky. We have to maintain this beat the mind with shoes in the morning. The mind means the false ego, the lusty intelligence. You know, how to manipulate so I can become a big this or big that, right? I know so much scripture. Who cares? Ultimately, Gorkashodas Babaji, a great, great devotee of the Lord, his guru was walking, his disciple Bhakti Siddhanta. He humbly asked this person, Gorkashodas Babaji, was he highly knowledgeable in Shastra? No, but he knew. Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena. He's a Babaji. So like that, we have to embrace this verse by Lord Chaitanya, Trimada Peace Nichana, Turora Peace Ishnana. If we're reckless and careless and allow the false ego to go and think that we're very important, what happens? We see the history. We can just look at the history and see. In fact, Prabhupada once said, all my leaders are falling down. All my leaders are falling down. When I was in Vrindavan in the last days, I was saying, I'm sick because of so much fall down. He's saying this, you know. And Krishnadas Babaji was with him. No, Prabhupada, your disciples are wonderful. No, but we have to be very, very careful and cultivate a mode of goodness as well. Yes, we want to distribute books, open up temples. Oh, we made so many devotees, so many numbers are there. No, but how much are you purifying yourself? How much are you purifying your heart? How close are you to Vishuddha Shatva Bhakti, pure devotional service? Bhaktistu ananyaya, without any motive, subtle and gross. That is the real essence, the real point. We have to keep trying to develop our attachment, our ruchi for the holy name, for Krishna. Come to the stage of ruchi. Feeling that I am a servant of all the Vaishnavas. When Prakashananda saw Lord Chaitanya dancing with his devotees in Varanasi in ecstasy, he had been converted by Lord Chaitanya. So he immediately offered his respects to Lord Chaitanya and to his lotus feet. What did Gauranga Mahaprabhu do? The Supreme Person of Godhead, he offered all his respects to Prakashananda Saraswati. He offered him respects and said, no, you're from a more superior sannyas sampradaya. I'm from Bharati sampradaya, it's inferior like this. So God himself exhibits so much humility, so much tolerance. He was sitting in a dirty place when he met Prakashananda. So like that, we always have to feel ourselves unqualified. Srila Prabhupada, he was standing in line at 26 2nd Avenue waiting to go to the bathroom. Oh, Swamiji is waiting to go to the bathroom. All his young followers going to the bathroom. Gradually, Prabhupada didn't start, don't you know who I am? I'm a Mahabhagavad. No, it's always like this, very humble, very powerful but humble. So that is, even Bhakti Siddhanta would offer his obeisances to his disciples, so they stopped. When they saw Bhakti Siddhanta, they would hide because he would offer his obeisances to his own disciples. So the Guru is a servant of his disciples even. So this is how we can become Krishna conscious, by serving all the Vaishnavas and maintaining a mentality of insignificance and humility. And then Krishna from within the heart will help us develop our prema bhakti. We don't want jnana bhakti, karma bhakti, We want prema bhakti, pure devotion to Krishna. Thank you. Some points, some questions. We have a few more minutes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for your wonderful class. So, as you were discussing, there is these 3 stages of consciousness: awakening stage, dreaming stage, deep sleep stage. So, what I understood is that the awakening stage of consciousness, we are alert. And the other 2, we are not too much alert. We don't have control over. So that means that this first stage of consciousness, awakening stage, determines the next 2 ones.
Our activities always influence. The middle stage is like a dreaming stage. You're not totally unconscious, right? So, what are you dreaming about? Well, what did you do all day? Our actions influence our mind. So we have to engage in pure activities of serving Krishna and Guru and reject any kind of fruitive activities, materialistic activities. Therefore, asatsanga tyage Vaishnava, we want to reject and avoid the association with materialistic people. Prabhupada said that when you go out to distribute books, he was telling Mula Prakriti, a very famous Mataji lady disciple, book distributor, he said, like the monkey was in the tree, and the crocodile said, "I'll take you across the river." And the monkey said, "No, you're going to eat me. You're going to eat my heart." So the crowd said, "No, I promise you I won't eat your heart." So then the monkey said, "Okay, I'll take a ride." So he jumped on a crocodile in the middle of the river. "Now I'm going to eat your heart." The monkey said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I left my heart in the tree." So the foolish crocodile took the monkey back. "Go get your heart." So Prabhupada said, when we go out to distribute Krishna consciousness, but we leave our heart with Krishna at the temple. We remember the deities. That means our heart is with the deities. And we avoid too much association with the non-devotees because they're contaminated by this this mode of passion and ignorance, our upadis. So, if you're associating materialistically and you're not protecting your Krishna consciousness, then what are your dreams going to be like? Going to be materialistic. So in this dreaming stage, we have to avoid too much activity, materialistic activities. Therefore, devotee is very simple. Yavad briyeta jataram tavat svatvam hidenam adikam yobhimanyeta sastena dandham arati. The Avaduta tells Prahlad, you should accept only what is necessary. If you're a wealthy person, use it in the service of Krishna, or else it becomes a heavy weight and drags you down to the lower species of life. So we work on whatever Krishna supplies, because Krishna says, Yoga Kshemam, I give whatever you require. But the materialistic person, Lobha Pravitam Aramba Karmana Shamaspiha, he has intense desire to get more and more material things. So their consciousness is very polluted. So we don't associate with them. We give them Krishna in the form of books, prasadam, the holy name. And then we go back to the temple and take our heart and put it back inside our chest. We go back and take shelter of Krishna. Therefore, Prabhupada said, ISKCON sandwich. Mangalarti, morning program, go out and distribute Krishna consciousness, then come back after 6 to 8 hours, unless of course it's a marathon. And then at evening we would have Sandhya Arti, Bhagavad Gita, and Nectar of Devotion. And then we'd have popcorn and Krishna book with hot milk.
That was our program. We were young kids. When we joined the temple, we were hippies, so we'd give up our girlfriends, No, I want to be a brahmachari. And the girls, oh, I want to be a brahmacharini. And we'd be like this in the beginning, Just 100% Prabhupada seva. 100%. Sleeping in vans for 10 years, traveling all over, sleeping in a van, get up, distribute his books. That's how it was. That's what how the foundation was built. And so we had the ISKCON sandwich that would protect us, so that at night after hearing Krishna book, having popcorn and hot milk, Prabhupada said, dream about Krishna. And the deep sleep stage, of course, you're completely unconscious, so that's when your body and mind, Prabhupada said, you have to keep your body fit to serve Krishna. So don't neglect your health. Health is very important. Self-care is important. This is also a subtle body. The mind is your subtle body. Make sure your mind is very clean and peaceful also, and well rested. Otherwise, how can you perform devotional service? So subtle and gross bodies have to be taken care of. Hare Krishna. Jai. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.